Good evening, good evening, good evening. This is Mike Melton from the Soberheadz podcast, one day at a time. And once again, we live tonight. Tonight, I got a very special guest in the house from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. One of the most influential sober people in the world, bringing out the sober motivational speaker, bringing out the message. And we're gonna hear his experience, strength, and hope. I'm gonna welcome B. Mcfly. What's up, B? How you doing tonight, man?
Yo, listen, man, it's a blessing. It's an honor. I want to say thank you, Mike, for just being a consistent pillar in the community, right? And
Mm,
not only just in the community, but being a consistent pillar to me personally. So thank you
mm.
for having me, man.
Yeah, anytime, man. And tonight, just want you to go through your experience, strength, and hope, how it was, what happened, and how it is now, and take us there from your journey, man. So, and then I ask you some questions after you're
Mhm.
done. So the floor is yours, babe.
Well, you know what, man? Like, I just want to say it had to start from my parents, right?
Mm,
Because my parents were 15 in maybe 17. I think my father was 17. My mother was 15 when I was born.
mm-hmm.
However, they both were addicted to drugs,
Wow.
right? They were addicted to crack cocaine, right? So in the process of them being addicted to crack cocaine, they had two children, which was me and my little sister. Maybe I picked up on the addictive trait,
Mm,
and I didn't realize that as I was growing, right? As I was getting older and dipping and dabbing into stuff like smoking weed, drinking, things of that nature. I felt like I wasn't addicted because I wasn't doing it every day. It
mm,
was either under peer pressure or to have fun at a party, right? I think when I started taking ecstasy pills, I was in college and I only did it like 3 times. I loved the feeling, but I hated the after effect, right?
mhm.
May 2nd, 2004, I graduated from Lincoln University with a criminal justice degree. July 4th, 2004, I got shot. Within a couple months, I got shot that same year.
Wow.
And I never heard of Percocets, right? I heard of
Mm,
Xannies, I heard of syrup, or crack and dope and all that, but I never heard of Percocets, right? And I was in the hospital for a week, and then the doctor said, it's time for you to be discharged. Why don't you take? You're going to take this every 6 hours or as needed, right?
mhm.
So I'm just like, all right, man. When I tell you that I took this drug, it was the most powerful drug that I've ever felt in my life.
Wow.
It was so powerful that I was addicted to this drug for 14 years of my life.
Mm,
14 strong years. Now, was it consistent? No, but it was like an on and off thing. And then it was like, but I never missed a year not being on it.
mm,
Right. So, so as I progressed in this drug addiction, right? My mother is addicted. Now she's not on crack anymore, but she's on pills now.
mm,
And I tried to make it seem like I'm better than her by telling her she needs to get off this stuff. But on the flip side, it's like you still on the drug. You're
mm.
on the drug, but you feel like you're not addicted to it. Uh, as years progressed, my father was selling me pills because when I went downhill, right when the pills were gone, I had made an excuse on like, damn, my back hurt, my tooth
Mm,
hurt,
mm,
my foot hurt.
mm,
Where can I get some pills from? Yo, Pop, I had something called Percocets. Like, you ever heard of that? Yeah, I got these. Oh, snaps. Yo, Pop, give me a Percocet. And I ain't even know you sell it like you can sell these. Like, I didn't understand that. I was being prescribed to them, right? Man, next thing you know, he got me buying Percocets
mm,
for him.
mhm.
And I'm up here trying to set deals and all that. Like, yo, Pop, why don't you let me get 5 for 20? Like, what's wrong with you? You know, I got a couple $100 every week. I remember one time I spent $700 with my father on pills.
Wow.
Facts.
Wow.
And I had to sit back and I had to ask myself, Brandon, you just gave this man more money for pills than he ever gave in your life, gave you in your life. You gave him more money for pills than he ever gave you in your life.
Mm.
And when I sat back, I said, you know what, though? But the disease of addiction kept me going and had me manipulated as if I'm still doing the right thing and he's doing the right thing because he's looking out for me.
Mm.
It got to the point, and I'm going to speed it up, but it got to the point where.
Take your time, bro. You good?
Oh, okay.
You good? You good?
Okay, good. So now I'm really 2014. I'm dug into my addiction. Like I'm dug in it now. You know what I'm saying? We went from 2004 to 2014. Now I'm in it. Like I'm begging. I'm committing criminal activities. All of these things. It got to the point where I found out that my stepfather passed away. And then when my stepfather passed away at the October 2014, my mother passed away April 2015 from a drug overdose.
Wow.
I'm strung out now. Strung out. Not only am I taking pills for the physical pain, at the time, now I'm taking pills for the mental pain. The mental pain of being abused when I was a kid. Every single night, because now I need something that's going to numb me from the things that I'm going through, or the things that, because as a drug addict, right, we got these thoughts, right? Everybody got their thoughts, but see, as a drug addict, these thoughts kind of like tend us to make us do things that we really don't want to do. But the drug addiction make you just like, yo, listen, if I don't get these drugs, I'm gonna constantly be thinking about the things that I went through. So I found myself thinking about me being abused every night by my grandfather. I'm thinking about how I used to cry in the middle of the night, looking in the window, wishing that my mother and my father were around. I'm thinking about how, I felt I was neglected. I felt alone. I felt useless. I felt like nobody loved me. These are the things that I'm thinking about as a drug addict, when I don't have my drug of choice, right? And the more that I think about these things, now I'm getting into the fact that I don't do nothing for my children. Now I'm getting into the fact that everything that I got going on, wait a minute, everything that I got going on in my life, if I don't take my drug of choice, I am going to lose it.
Wow.
Wait a minute, 1 second. 1 second. So, in the process of all that, where was I?
You said if you thinking that if you don't take your drug of choice, you're gonna lose everything you have.
Say it again.
If you don't take your drug of choice, you're gonna lose everything you have.
If I don't take my drug of choice, I'm a lose it, and then I'm gonna find myself doing things that I don't want to do. Like I'm gonna hurt somebody, I'm gonna hurt myself, so on and so forth. Right. So now I'm back from New York. I'm inside of Philadelphia, and now I'm trying to get to where as though I'm comfortable. Right. Wait a minute, 1 second. I'm trying to get to where I'm comfortable at, man, because I know my disease of addiction. I need to be somewhere. See, they wasn't taking Percocets in New York like that, or if they were being secret about it, right? So I had to go to where I was comfortable. So where I was comfortable was like, you know what? Since my mother passed away, I'm gonna come back to Philadelphia, right? And when I came back to Philadelphia, now I'm in the places like, yo, listen, this is where everybody take drugs. I never chill with y'all a day in my life. People looking at me like, oh, yeah, what you doing out here? Oh, I'm out here because guess what? I'm just like y'all. But in the back of my mind, I'm still better than y'all. Right? I still feel like I'm better than y'all, but I'm going to chill with y'all anyway because y'all got what I want. It got even more crazy and more crazy. Now it gets to the point where I don't get high anymore.
Mm.
Now I'm taking pills to function now.
Mm.
And in order for me to wake up and move around, I need something in my system. I just wanted to commit suicide.
Mm-hmm.
It's more, but
Mm-hmm.
my mind is boggling right now. I just wanted to
Mm-hmm.
commit suicide.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to commit suicide. I wanted to. I used to take fake pills. I knew that they were fake. I just take them anyway.
Mm.
I used to mix Xannies. I used to mix Xanax with Percocets. Um, if I could afford it, I would get. If I could afford it, right, I would get. I would spend. I would get like 15 30s, maybe 20 30s, and don't take them all at the same time. Take them throughout the day.
Mm.
Uh, I did everything under the sun for my drug of choice except doing something with another man under no circumstances. And this is not saying that I'm just saying for me in my when I in my journey, when I was doing the things that I was doing, I did everything under the sun except with another man or put another man in prison.
Mm.
Right. And I say that to say, like, I'm not far removed. I'm not yeah, I'm not far removed.
Mm-hmm.
Wait 1 second. No, take your time. Take your time.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I just
I understand, brother. I understand.
and I appreciate y'all, man. Thank
I
you.
understand. I understand, brother.
Uh, thank you for your patience, right? So I want the viewers to understand that where was I at, man?
Saying you're not far removed, you did everything
I'm not,
except.
yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
far removed. Like, I'm not one of these people that feel like, well, just because I didn't do that, I'm better than you. No, because I was stealing from my children.
Mm.
My kids used to, my son used to watch me. He used to cry saying, "Where's my game at?" And I used to, in the back of my drug addiction mind, used to say, "Shut the fuck up.
Mm.
What you crying for? You're going to be just fine because your mother and your grandmother is probably going to buy you another game." That's how evil my mind was.
Talk about it, brother.
You understand what I'm saying? When I'm committing criminal activities, it's like I didn't care about your feelings. When I was stealing and being a thief, I'm sitting back like, go upstairs because
Mm.
I'm out.
Mm.
I'm out.
Mm.
So all of these things, when a person act like, yo, yeah, well, I'm better than you because I didn't do that. No, I'm not. We're the same person.
Mm.
Um, so I tried to commit suicide and over again. I used to be at my highest point, and I used to ask God, yo, listen, why you got me here?
Mm.
I'm high. My mother not here. My stepfather not here. My father sell me pills. I get emasculated by my kid's mother.
Mm.
Um, I'm begging. I'm borrowing. I'm stealing. I'm committing criminal activities. What's the purpose of me being here?
Mm.
Let me take these last few pills that I have and don't wake me up in the morning.
Mm. Wow.
You understand? Don't
Mm-hmm.
wake me up in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a time where I took my last pills and I woke up like in shock, like, yo, you didn't do what I asked you to do.
Mm.
I asked you for $1 million before and you never gave it to me. Okay, that's understood. That may be far fetched, but I'm asking you to kill me because I'm literally no good and you're still waking me up, making me go through this pain that I am suffering from called withdrawal,
Mm.
called the disease of addiction.
Mm.
You're still making me, you're still allowing me to hurt other people, God. You're still allowing me to walk around and be this savage that I really don't want to be, but the disease of addiction controls me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then shout out to my kid's mother because although she was mad, right? And it was a lot of things going on, she used to enable me because I guess she loved me. But on the flip side, she always kept saying, "Yo, listen, the kids need you. You got to go
Mm,
get help."
mm,
And me being this big guy on campus, I'm well known, I'm popular. It's like it's a lot of people that didn't know that I was addicted to drugs though, because I kept that school side, that
mhm,
popular side
mhm,
away.
mhm, mhm,
It was like, yo, listen, I ain't gonna let, but people in the hood, I felt like, yo, like y'all ain't no better than me. Like y'all doing what I'm doing.
mhm,
I'm still the man to y'all, right? But in the back of but in their mind, they like, oh yeah, welcome. You're
mhm, mhm,
welcome to us now.
mhm.
So eventually I did go to rehab. I went to Arms Acres in
Okay.
New York. So if
Mhm,
you guys want to look that up, it's Arms Acres, New York. And it's a rehab facility. They have inpatient, they have outpatient. And I took my last. I told my kid's mother, I'm like, yo, listen, give me all the money that you got. And she like, Brandon, you did this before. I said,
mhm.
listen, you didn't come all the way to Philly to come pick me up for nothing this go around. I used to be like, yeah, send me some money. I'm gonna come up here to see the kids, and I'm gonna take the train. And never took the train. I used to make up all these lies. People trying to they kidnap me. They trying to kill me. They say I owe $1,500. You gotta send you,
Uh-huh.
you gotta send $1,500 now. What this was when Western Union was popping. I don't even know if Western Union's still popping, but I know back then, like
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah, I
Western
know what you're
Union,
saying.
yo, I had to rush sweating writing down these numbers, man. Uh, so I had went to my last spot, man, and thank God I didn't overdose then, right?
Mm,
Trying to take my last hurrah, hooray, right? Uh, and they came and got me from New York. Like this was a facility where you know what I don't care if you in the five boroughs, we coming to get you, or if you outside of the five boroughs, we're still coming to get you. Right outside,
mhm,
like Long
mhm,
Island, New Jersey, uh, 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 in the five boroughs, right? And this was like some people call it upstate New York, but it's really like an hour and a half
mhm,
away from
mhm.
New York. It's in Westchester.
I know where it's
Uh,
at.
you know where's that? You heard the
Yeah,
army?
yeah. No, I know where Westchester at.
Oh,
I
okay.
know Westchester
Yeah.
at.
So when I got there, I'm like, yo, what what the hell is going on? Like
Mhm,
now I'm in a whole different stage in my life where I've never been here. I've been to jail before, been to college before, but this is a different space.
yeah, I know. I've been
You
twice.
understand what I'm saying?
I've been twice. I know.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
I've been twice.
So
I know.
I'm looking at the field and I'm like, well, I'm trying to do an escape route because I'm like, I already don't like this ish. Eh,
Mhm,
I'm getting up out of here. But the only thing about Arms Acres is so deep into a field where you think about leaving, you got to get through the animals first until you get to a crib,
mhm,
somebody's house.
mhm,
This wasn't that. I wasn't in a place where it was like, oh yeah, it's buildings everywhere and it's civilization. Now I was dug in the woods somewhere.
mhm, mhm,
My first 2 weeks was crazy. I mean, I went to detox my first week, and that was crazy because now I'm living in a room with a person that I know was probably in the worse conditions than me.
mhm,
I at least had a house to go to
mhm,
after I got done chasing my high all day. He didn't appear that way. And it kind of humbled me because I'm like, I'm really no different from this man.
mhm. Talk about it, indeed.
Like I'm not no different from this man. If in fact I was 2 seconds away from being just like this man. So as weird as it may sound, I wanted to continue to share a room with him in my
Mhm,
detox moment. I
mhm,
wanted to smell that smell.
mhm,
I wanted to as bad. I wanted to endure that ambiance because I'm like, this is you next.
mhm. Wow.
You're going to be sleeping outside and the rats are going to be crawling around you. Right? But then I still wanted to leave too, right? Because I was about to I was about to ask for a transfer. I'm like, yo, listen, can you put me in another room? Then I sat back and said, nah, I'm gonna take it. Right? Never took a shower or anything like that. And I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like you trying to get, but you're here. So that's the most important part. Yeah, you probably not taking showers for a couple of days, but you're here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
After my weekend detox, now I'm nervous because I'm like, okay, I done got used to detox. You know, coming out the hallway, walking down. I felt
Uh-huh.
I you know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? Like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Going to the kitchen. I felt
Yeah.
comfortable. Like, you
Uh-huh.
know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm like, all right, bet. Where we going now? All right, now you about to go over to the other side.
The other side. Yep. Yep.
Now the other side is like, you know, this is where everybody at now. Like, you know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying?
Uh-huh.
Welcome. Like, you
Mm-hmm.
coming in the day room and it's a bunch of guys just chilling. And I'm just like, all right, this is not jail, but it is some people that are mandated from jail.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got some people that are there because they ain't got, you got all types of people that ain't got nowhere to go. So they
Mm-hmm.
just want to use the rehab for shelter.
Mm-hmm.
You got people there that are mandated from the courts. You got people that are there from they're scared. You know what I'm saying? They might owe somebody some money.
Mm.
And some of these people are still getting high though.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's the thing I want the viewers to understand. Like these are the things that you're going to see if you hopefully you don't see it, but if you do, you're going to run across these type of people because people are still getting high. They just there for their own agenda. No matter what the agenda may be, they're there for your own agenda. Then it's those who are there to actually get the help.
Mm.
I I said, okay, my second week, somebody took my slippers. The first day I went over there, somebody took my slippers. So I went in the day room well, I can't stop calling it the day room. I went into the lounge room
Mm-hmm.
and I said, if I don't get my slippers, it's gonna be a problem. So now I'm like F sobriety now. Now I feel like I'm in jail and people fake trying to get help.
Mm-hmm.
I got my slippers back. So I'm talking to the counselor like, why I gotta go through this? And they like, no, people when people leave, they kind of like just leave their stuff there. So it's like for anybody to take it. So maybe they thought that a person left. I'm
Mm.
like, all right, but I feel like the devil was kind of like giving me a reason to want to leave. All
Mm-hmm.
right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So the second week was just like, oh my God, I don't like it. We got to get up every single morning. I'm talking about we up 5 o'clock in the morning, bro.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
5 o'clock in the
Uh-huh.
morning, and it's meetings all
Uh-huh.
day long.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I'm talking about after this meeting, you go on this
Uh-huh.
meeting.
Uh-huh.
After this
Uh-huh.
meeting, you go on this meeting. I'm like, yo, where my exit at, man? That Friday night, I was thinking about leaving, right? And I heard dog sounds inside the facility. So I'm like, oh yeah, for y'all that's still doing y'all ones and twos, the dogs is coming in. I hear them. The counselor said, ain't no dogs in here, Mr. Chastain. I'm like, well, where the hell is the dogs coming from? He said, those are not dogs. Those are coyotes. I said,
Mm.
what? He said, yeah. When you hear them coyotes making that sound, they caught their meal. So I said, what? We got coyotes out here? Because like dogs is different from coyotes. You can kind of like look at a dog, get back.
Yeah.
Coyotes might not go for that ish. They might be smaller than dogs, but they run in packs though, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I said, you know what? Let me chill for the night. The next day I seen a bobcat. I
Mm.
said, nope, I'm staying my black in here and I'm going to get the job done. Because once you leave, for the viewers, right? If you want to go to rehab, right? Some rehabs say once you leave, right, we're gonna beg you to stay. We're gonna do whatever it takes to make you stay. But once you leave, it's a good chance you on your own. Ain't no give me $2 or $5
Mhm,
to get back
mhm,
home. You are
mhm,
completely on your own. At least that was
mhm,
my facility.
mhm.
So I locked in for the last 2 weeks.
Wow,
I became a student of sobriety. I
wow.
wanted to learn what sobriety meant, right?
Mm,
I wanted to learn triggers. I wanted to learn
mm,
behaviors. I had to
mm,
really take notes while healing. I
mhm,
had to put myself, I had to understand that mental health and drug addiction goes hand in hand.
mm,
The worse your mental health is, the more drugs you're going to take.
Talk about it.
Why? Why is that? You know what I'm saying? Oh, okay. When I'm feeling this way, this is called a trigger.
Mhm,
I probably smelled something that triggered,
mm, mhm,
right? Because air can trigger you. This is the thing that people don't understand. It could be a smell in the air that take you right back when you was feeling allegedly feeling good,
mhm.
right? And it's just just to get in that moment. Like sometimes I see a person driving a car, well, not no more, because as you get more into your sobriety and you start into like being clean recovery, the triggers kind of like go down
Yeah, they go down.
as
Yeah.
long as you keep being that, as long as your character say sobriety,
Mhm, mhm,
right?
mhm.
So I see a person driving, all the windows down, seat set back, they got their glasses on and they driving in emotion. I'm like, oh yeah, they feeling good. That's a trigger,
Mm,
right? So back to being inside, I'm like, okay, now that I am a student to sobriety, I am a student to recovery. I have to learn these things. It ain't about just saying, okay, I got 30 days clean. What did you learn in this process of having 30 days clean?
talk about it. Mhm,
Right? What don't tell me you just graduated in days. Tell
mm,
me you graduated with education behind your days of being clean.
mm.
Right? And I'm asking questions, being the teacher's pet, and if you will, because I want to know, I want to sit in front. I don't want to talk about no BS because you're gonna have people in there on BS time, man.
Mhm, mhm.
Right? And I became a person that people didn't want me to leave. Like it's like,
Wow,
wow, like you the
wow.
damn. You made me feel good in here. Like, and I'm like, damn, I felt that way about somebody else too. Like, damn,
Mhm,
they made me feel good being in here.
mhm.
And I realized that I needed a therapist along with a sponsor
Talk
at the
about it.
time
Mhm.
because a sponsor does their job for addiction and recovery, right? And a lot of other things, right? However, a therapist helps you get through those dark times that possibly put you in a state of drug addiction.
Talk about it. Mhm,
You
mhm,
understand?
mhm.
So therapy and AA goes hand in hand.
Talk about it.
Don't find yourself by yourself trying to pick yourself up because you feel like I got the days.
Mm,
You have to get rid of the malice and the negativity that's in your heart and in your brain. You got to forgive. You
mm.
got to be willing to accept the things that you can't change, right? But and also accept the fact that you hurt people.
Wow.
How you going to deal with that? You can't even expect for a person to say, okay, you got yourself clean. What you want, a cookie?
Mm,
How about the bill still got to get paid, depending on your circumstances? oh yeah, congratulations, you in your sobriety, but this phone bill is due. This
Mm,
electric bill is due.
mm,
Your kids are still growing.
mm,
Ain't no such thing as ain't no such thing as telling a 3-year-old, give me some time. I gotta bring myself down with my sobriety levels, and I'm going through a trigger right now. You still gotta be a parent.
mm,
So that's why I had to become a student to sobriety before I went out into the real world, because this part was easy. During these 30 days became easy. It's about going into the real world now.
mm,
It's about dealing with people that don't like you no more.
mm.
It's about everything that you missed out on. Now you're feeling it now. Because for me, I was sitting back like, oh, snaps. You missed how many years? Like now I'm sober.
Mm-hmm. I know what you said. I know.
And I'm like,
I know
what?
what you said. I
I'm
know what you
like,
said.
what? Like before I stopped taking the pills, but I still drink. I probably still
Mm-hmm.
smoke in it, but I'm completely sober.
Mm-hmm.
I've
Mm-hmm.
never been 30 days completely sober
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
since I was probably 11.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, it hurts.
Wow.
You looking at your child. I'm looking at my child, and I'm like, damn, did they develop in 30 days this fast?
Wow.
Or I just was missing out on it, right? Then you start thinking about your past, and you thinking about the problems that you cause. You got to think about the problems that the jams that you in.
Mm.
Because even still being sober, you still put yourself in a jam where you might owe somebody some money.
Mm.
And I ain't talking about them hurting you, but they want their money.
Mm.
Uh, it was I cried. I'd be sitting around watching TV. It was one time I was watching Kobe Bryant play. He's my favorite player. He's one of my favorite persons.
Mm-hmm.
And he had a jump shot at the buzzer, and I just start crying.
Mm.
Because I never broke down and cried. I haven't broke down and cried in so long. Then I laugh at something. Now my emotions is going up, down, left, right.
Pause. Pause. Yeah.
You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. I know what it's called. Pause.
Call pause.
Yeah. Post-acute withdrawal
Yep.
syndrome.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. It's called pause. Yep.
And,
I understand it.
and even sexually, I wasn't chasing sex when I was getting high.
Mm.
My sex was the drug.
Mm. Wow.
Now, if I had to, not literally, I'm not gonna say I sold my body to women, but if I knew that it was somebody that would that had a weak spirit,
Mm.
then I would make my body do what I gotta do, because I
Mm.
know that they're gonna they're gonna take care of me at the end of the day.
Talk. Wow.
But however, I'm still not like, yo, if you want to deal with me and don't cheat, and you want to see a person that's not cheating, yeah, deal with me, because I ain't cheating. Because I'm
Mm.
not looking for, the only thing I'm cheating on is the drug. Like, I want the drug. I'm cheating on you with the drug.
Mm.
Uh, I had to deal with reality, and reality hurts, man.
Yes, it
Reality
does.
hurts when you finally sober, and you come to a place where it's like, like, damn, like I destroyed this shit. This was actually
Mm-hmm.
a home, and I destroyed it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I was dealing with a girl at the time, and I had to get rid of her, and it hurt. But I had to get rid of her because she wasn't for me. And it's like, I'm not going to be around this woman that's not supportive. I'm not going to be
Mm.
around this woman that don't respect sobriety, right? I'm not going to be around this woman that don't even her goals are not there, and it's not like I'm forcing these goals or her own goals. It's just she is who she is, right? I gotta go because I don't want to find myself being addicted again. And I had to get away from the places that I was able to jump back on board, start teaching again, and get back into a place where I know that it's going to be hard. You're on your own, but it's either the drugs or this.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
And just to end it, man, I tapped into my diamond. And I tell people, if you discover the diamond, would you tell everybody? Would you keep it to yourself?
Mm.
Or is it undecided? And my diamond, I had to tell everybody.
Mm.
I had to tell everybody that we discovered the diamond and I'm right here.
Mm.
And I'm going to do things that I've been afraid to do.
Mm.
And that's be me.
Mm.
And being me, creating skits, being transparent on social media, being almost six years sober, January the 21st,
Praise the Most High.
2024. Praise the
Praise
Most
the Most
High.
High. Mm. Mm. Mm.
Working with different celebrities, speaking all over the country, helping people all over the world. If God would have told me that you have to suffer before you get to this place, I would have told him, send me to hell.
Mm. I know. I've been there.
I would have
I've
told
been
him,
there.
send me to hell.
I've been there. I've
You
been
mean to
there.
tell me I got to be constipated? You mean to
Mm.
tell me I got to pull out my hole?
Mm.
Because taking so much opioids, you get constipated and you what?
Mm. Mm.
Cold sweats,
Mm.
achy eyes, achy phalanges, achy ears. Like, no,
Mm.
I don't want to go through this.
Mm.
But we here.
Mm. So, how has your sobriety helped your relationship with your family and friends?
In the beginning, I created this. I created this narrative that made people say, "Man, whatever.
Mm.
He'll be back on drugs in 30 days."
Mm.
Now I'm the leader again.
Wow.
I am the
Wow.
leader of my family and friends again.
Wow.
And not because I don't have money. I have the will. I have the character.
Mm.
I've displayed leadership. I've done things that's never been done.
How long did it take you to get comfortable being sober?
Like 3 years.
Mm. Describe that moment when you was like, all right.
Uh I spoke about it publicly, but it was it was something in my mind that's like, is being sober cool? Is it fly?
Mm.
Is it the culture? Sober is our culture, which is the best culture,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not the culture.
Mm. Talk
People
about
don't people don't look at like no, we got to take a little drink. We had a long day at work. We had to take a little drink. We going out to go party. We got to take a little drink. We got to get high. We about to have some girls over.
it. Mm.
Let's make this the drugs is what makes the excitement happen in all aspects.
Talk about it. Indeed.
You know what I mean?
Indeed. What's your thoughts on the fentanyl crisis?
Well, every drug has its moment.
Mm.
It's just with the fentanyl. killing people instantly.
Yeah.
The crack was more so the dope. You go back to the dope was like kind of like making people dope kind of like made people lazy,
Mm-hmm.
right? Crack gave people the willpower to say, throw me off the bridge. I might still live, but I'm gonna have that purse in my hand. I jump
All
like
fact.
that's this purse, right? And I'm a run. And I'd rather take my chances jumping off a bridge than you catching me. That's
Wow.
how crack make people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then when you go to the Xannies and all that, and the perks, well, the Xannies and the juice had people like leaning and kind of like doing things that they never done before. Like it's like you wake up, you're like, oh, how I get in here? Well, you kill somebody.
Wow. Indeed. Indeed.
The
Indeed.
perks was they made Percocets a cool drug like Coke.
Mm.
I could sniff and I could sniff some Coke and be still cool.
Mm.
That was like in one point in time, that was some fly shit to do. Excuse my language.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And what people don't understand is okay, you taking perks and you feeling good and you lasting long when you having sex and all that, but ain't nobody talking about the other side.
Indeed.
So now fentanyl is like, you know what? You can't afford the Percocets. The dope is going. The dope is doing some other stuff. Just try the Fetty, man, and call it a day, man. This is the most powerful drug out.
Mm.
But what people don't understand is alcohol is the worst drug of all drugs.
Mm.
You can't just go to a corner store and get Fetty, but you can go to a corner store and get beer.
Mm.
You go to a
Mm-hmm.
corner store and get liquor.
Mm-hmm.
You could get into a car accident and kill you and everybody in the car,
Mm-hmm.
along with whoever you crashed into.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's a
Why do you
domino.
why do you feel it's so difficult for people from our community to want to get help?
Because look what our community, they need to get it's hard to get out this maze. This is why I say those who are drug addicts, recovering addicts are the strongest people to mankind.
Mm.
How do you get out this maze, bro?
Yeah, it's real. It's
It's
real.
like it's right there in your face. Get high, bro. We all suffering. Just get
Mm.
high.
Mm.
So when a person get up out that maze, it's like you got a different type of strength.
Mm. With good things, when people do good things, you know, the adversary like to send things at them. What kind of adversities have you had to go through on this sobriety journey, especially when you're going out trying to help other people?
People don't want you to go against the agenda.
Mm.
Drug addiction, drugs is $1 billion company. Some people feed their families selling drugs, man.
Wow.
You're not going to tell me I'm not a good father because I sell drugs. You know what I'm saying? And when you and it's some people that's saying shut the uck up because I'm okay. I'm a functional addict.
Mm.
My bills are still paid. Just because you were doing what you were doing, you're not going to stop my flow.
Mm.
I got my own house, my own car. All my bills is paid. I do whatever I want. And when I want to get high, I'm going to get high.
Mm. Real rap.
Whereas for me, yeah, don't put me in your category. I wasn't, or some women, yeah, some women that say, "Oh, I'm not out there selling my body." Some people say, "I'm not sleeping on park benches, digging in garbage cans, committing criminal activities." Don't put me with you. People be in denial.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So, you
What
know,
did how did you develop patience to be able to deal with family and friends, close ones that's still struggling with the addiction?
I had to remember that somebody didn't give up on me.
Mm,
Now, giving up and protecting your peace is two different things. You are not ready for battle if you just start in the hill,
mm, mm-hmm,
right? So when a person finally take the cast off, when I was released from my 30 days of recovery, rehabilitation, you can only rehab what was once a clear mind. Most of us were born into this world with a clear mind.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
If we weren't born into this world with a clear mind, then it's hard to rehabilitate something that was never there.
mm,
So once I got out of rehab, it's like just because I take the cast off and I can walk, that don't mean I can go out there and battle.
mm,
Now I gotta like kind of like practice now. And when I was ready to battle, I knew that I can only battle what I can handle.
mm.
So that was the patience with that. You gotta have patience. And then somebody was patient with me, man.
Indeed. Speaking of working with people, what's your relationship with Master P and how was it established?
Master P lost his daughter to drug addiction,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
and my angle, my angle is not to exploit the addict that's suffering.
mm,
Like, look at this guy on up in K&A. This could be you. I'm not doing that. Kensington and Allegheny. I'm not doing that because yeah, that person is. You go to Kensington and Allegheny, they're getting high. You can see it. It's in the open, right? My thing is, look at this rich person that just passed away from drug addiction.
mm,
This rich person could afford drugs. This rich person possibly felt like it was nothing wrong with them. This rich person felt like, listen, I'm a celebrity. I'm damn near close to God.
mm. Wow.
So let me. So I spoke on on his daughter, and I'm like, rest in peace. Just saying my ones and twos. And then one of his assistants see me and was just like, "Yo, Master P want to talk to you."
Mm,
And that's what I do. When DMX passed away, I speak on DMX. So I speak on a lot of celebrities that passed away. Now, when I'm taking somebody to rehab, I say, "Yo, listen, you want to get on the screen and let people see, get some love, get some strength and hope. Let people say, yo, listen, we believe in you. Let's go."
mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm.
you can possibly motivate someone. But I'm never going to get a person in their act. I don't want to do that.
Mm, indeed, 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 indeed. How has sobriety improved your relationship with your higher power?
Well, I had to understand that uh when they say your higher power utilizes you to help others,
Mm-hmm.
that's a real thing, bro.
I know. I know. I know.
And it's like, and
I
it's
know.
like, and it's like, I'm a soldier,
Mm-hmm.
and who's gonna hug the soldiers, man?
Mm-hmm.
And my higher power made me a soldier, man. Like a lot of people don't make it.
Mm-hmm. What advice would you give to the person that's still suffering, the newcomer, the person that's still out there suffering, especially in the youngins? What kind of advice can you give them?
Don't be ashamed of your story.
Mm.
Be ashamed if there's no ending to your story.
Mhm.
Be ashamed if your story puts you in a position where it ain't no turning back.
Mm. Mm.
Because drug addiction just don't lead to death. It can lead to more suffering.
Mm.
You don't even necessarily got to be on drugs ever again in life. You could be rolling around with no limbs from sugar diabetes.
Mm.
You could be in dialysis waiting for a kidney. These are the things that people fail to realize. You can actually get off of drugs and lose some of your body parts, lose your teeth and certain things, and it's just like you don't necessarily got to die, or you could be in jail for the rest of your life.
Mhm.
So if you got a story, get next to a person that not afraid to tell theirs. Pay attention because you're not the only one.
Um, Listening to some of the things you said, man, it took me back,
Uh-huh.
especially how long it was since you had 30 days before you went on your journey. Right now, I have 4 years and 8 months sober from
Wow.
alcohol, and it hit me like that because the last time I was sober for 4 years and 8 months had to be between the age of 13 and 18, man. So I forgot who this person was. So when you saying that to be reunited with this person again, it's such a beautiful thing. Now, once I got 18, I didn't immediately become an alcoholic, but I never put together almost 5 years without drinking anything. You get what I'm saying? And then you get caught up in that fog. And I can remember coming out of the fog and looking at my life like, yo, where was I at? You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
So when you were saying that, and I'm saying, it's because it's hitting me. Because I've been there. You get what I'm saying? Like, and that's the beauty about this type of platform. And when we go out and share our stories and meet other people, no matter, you could have been a white guy from Wisconsin, but when you start talking, I'm gonna relate. I'm gonna relate to what you're saying, man. And once again, brother, I want to thank you for coming on and bringing your story to this platform, man. And I know I'm gonna send these videos out, and it's gonna help so many people. I've been a fan of your work, seeing the things that you was doing, and even it was some things that I thought you would do better. You know, I hit you.
You won't
Yeah.
have no problem with telling me if I'm wrong or right. You understand? And that's why I love you, brother, because I'm telling you, don't think I don't be listening, man. I'm like, oh, okay. All right, cool.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's about sharpening each other and helping each other grow to that, get to that level, man. And you got that light that attracts the attention, and God has blessed you to be able to go out there in this war. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna close with this. I heard a guy tell me before, when I first got in, I was in rehab, and he was like, um, being in recovery is like being in a war zone. And he was like, you're gonna see so many people dying, and you're gonna have to step over bodies to keep going. And I
Man.
thought it was harsh when I was in there, but when I got out and I'm starting to live it, you see it happening. And he said, you got to keep going. You got to keep going. And when you meet good brothers that's in here, that's out here trying to do this and willing to break their anonymity for the effort to save, to try to help save our community and save people from different walks of life, man, it's truly a blessing, man. So once again, I want to thank you, man. I'll make sure you get a copy of this and a copy of all of the clips that I sent out.
Yep.
And I want to thank you again, B, for coming on, man, because you could have been everywhere, but you was here tonight, man.
Yo, man, I just want to excuse me. I want to thank you for having me. We started out a little rocky,
Mm-hmm.
and That's fine. You know, I want people when they see these clips, right? That's a sign of distractions. Is a sign of, you know, like something trying to break that sobriety.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Don't get frustrated. Do what I did or better. Give
Mm-hmm.
me a second, real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Sit back. Once everything don't dormant in your emotions.
Mm.
Don't swim in your emotions. When you start thinking about that drug addiction, the same way it was some distractions, you got to sit back and be like, hold up, give me a second, real quick, and make that phone call.
Mm.
That's it.
Indeed, brother. Indeed, brother. So take care, man. Get a family love. I know they waiting for you to get
Yeah,
off so you can spend some time with them, man. And I'll be
yeah.
in touch with you and I'll send you the stuff as soon as I get it tonight, brother.
All right, brother. Thank you so much, man, for having me.
All right, man. Shalom.
Shalom.
Yeah, man. I want to thank you guys for tuning in tonight. B, that was a good story. I knew he would be so entertaining, man. And stay tuned next week as we bring you somebody else to share their experience, strength, and hope. And hopefully his story touch some lives out there and make some people want to think about getting sober. This brother Mike, and enjoy the rest of your night. Shalom.